So in the last video, I shared how I struggled, I thought about, I planned, I prepared to create a website for 3 years, couldn't do it, and then I finally did it in a single day. Now I wanted to go in a little bit deeper into those 3 years, that turmoil that I went through. Now, of course, it is something that I deeply wanted to do. I felt that it was important, but I still couldn't do it in spite of my best intentions. And how many times do we get ourselves in that situation, right? Where we really want something, but we just can't seem to get it. So I wanted to dive in and kind of analyze that a little bit, right? I feel that part of the thing that is there is fear, right? There is fear. Now, the classic fear of doing something new is that I'm gonna look stupid and I'm gonna fail, or I'm gonna fail and then I'm gonna look stupid. It could be more beyond that, but that's pretty classic, right? I mean, it's just a scary thought. Now, first of all, if you're just able to even acknowledge and understand that it is this fear, you're a huge step forward in overcoming this. Because our fear often does not show up like that. It does not show up like fear. You don't say, oh, yeah, look, I'm afraid of this. What it shows up as are extremely logical explanations. Like, oh, yeah, I mean, I just couldn't, put together a shoddy website, right? A half-finished website. No, it has to be perfect because my reputation depends on it, and da da da, right? So that's how fear shows up. It shows up as these absolute logical explanations that, yep, I clearly couldn't do that. But of course, in that perfectionism is hiding this fear, right? So you see how these two kind of have this light and shadow, right? And so you gotta detect that first of all. So once you are aware of that, definitely acknowledge it, because that is a risk, and a risk is essentially a cost, right? It could cost you. That is a potential cost. And yep, if it fails, if it blows up in your face, it could be embarrassing, and it could have other repercussions, right? It could have other impact. And that's fair to look at that cost, to look at that risk. It's okay to do that, but there is another cost, another piece that you're probably not looking at, which is the cost of doing nothing, the cost of inaction. Now, of course, what was it in my case? In my case, I didn't have a functioning website, so that meant I was losing business, right? I was losing business because an efficient website, once visitors would get to it, they would be able to find out exactly what I'm about, the services that I offer, and engage me in those services, consulting, training around Power BI, things like that. So without a well-functioning website, I was losing money. That was the cost that I was paying, and in 3 years, it could have been well in six figures or even multiple six figures. So and of course I wasn't kind of acknowledging that, right? I wasn't understanding that piece. But here's what I'm going to say to you. Now, that is just money, right? Money can come and go. But I have, what if you have bigger aspirations? Not about building a website, but it's about pursuing a dream. Because I talk to a lot of people and I see it inside them. There's this burning thing where, like, oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I just want to help people with the skills with Power BI, and they want to reach out and help a lot of people. They want to step out there. That is their dream, but they can't do it the same way that I was stuck. What is the cost of that? What is the cost of not pursuing your dreams? And if you don't pursue your dreams, when it comes time when your kids are in that situation, what is the cost of not being able to look them straight in the eye and tell them to pursue their dreams because you never did and you never did yourself? What is the cost of a life lived where you are at the end of your life and you look back and you feel regret in your heart? You coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? I mean, what if I did that? What if I took that path, the less traveled path? I'll leave you with that thought. So make sure you weigh both sides of the cost when trying to make a big decision in your life. Power on, my friend.